How are you feeling? Still no memory? I found this key in your pocket. Ever heard of Winslow Bank?
Can't say I have. Have you ever heard of not going and answering the door to gunmen? Apparently not. Hello and welcome to another episode of GameHammer. At the moment I'm quite ill, got a bit of a blood clot in my lungs, so can't really go into the kind of GameHammer reviews I want to do with the scripted, fun stuff and all of the wild productions and things like that. So instead I want to talk about something that's a bit interesting and special. It's the PlayStation 2 XIII exclusive pre-order demo. Now, I didn't know this existed. Back in the day, I just had a copy of 13. I bought it from Amazon, I think it was. Or I might have picked it up from Electronics Boutique. That's how far back this goes. And I loved the game. I played it to death on my Xbox. Got to the final boss. Couldn't kill him because I'd used up too much ammo earlier on. And never really got to see the ending. But when Jen found this in a branch of CEX, she picked it up for 50p. And I think it's definitely worth it. It's a very interesting piece of history, basically, gaming history. One of those things, Ubisoft used to apparently put these out with a lot of their larger productions. It's not the only one that's kicking around online for certain. There should be a soundtrack CD with it. Well, apparently there should, but I just have the disc and the box. But we're going to have a look at what's on the disc today. It's quite an interesting disc. There's not a huge amount on it. There's a multiplayer, which is amazing, and I think a lot of people are going to spend most of the time when they pre-ordered the game playing the multiplayer when they got this disc. I don't know whether you can get much out of it in terms of gameplay these days, but I certainly had a lot of fun just playing it. It reminded me an awful lot of playing Quake 3 against bots when I was practicing before going online with my PC, and I think you can get a lot of fun out of it still. It's very easy to get into, very much a fun, very rapid fire bot match, and I enjoyed it. But that's not really what we really want from this, is it? I think it is what people will come back to the disc a lot for, especially in the build-up to getting the game itself. But we want to talk about the game, don't we? So how much of the game is actually on the demo? Not an awful lot. 2 levels, 2 zones even. There's the original opening with the getting away from the beach, and after that there's a military base, and that's it. That's all you're going to get from that. There is a trailer as well, and the trailer is pretty good. Makes you really want to play the game. But then again, if you've got the pre-order demo disc, you've already pre-ordered the game, so I think it's just there to fill up space and, like, as a quick thanks, here's the trailer for the game that you want, and keep you really psyched for the game because we know you want it. But let's have a look at the levels. Are they any different to the final game? Well, that would be the interesting thing if they were, wouldn't it? There's one other thing. I have a load of demo discs from back in the day where there are little things where they're different and you get to play games that there was a demo and then did it ever come out? I don't know. Little things like that. So what's on here? Is the demo any different? As far as I can tell, no. The beach level, the opening of the game, plays out pretty much as I remember it from when I played the first time round. Now, admittedly, that's not a bad thing because it is a fun level. I had a lot of fun with it. It's one of the more memorable aspects of the game. And the military base area, it's pretty good too, but I think it's mainly here so it can lend itself to the maps for the multiplayer. It's a fun level, but it doesn't really stick with me as much as the beach level where you're trying to get away from the guys and they're on the cliffs, they're on the beach, they're on the everywhere. It doesn't have as much to it as maybe it could have for this demo, but you never know. Maybe these were the ones that were definitely finished and they were the ones that were definitely going to be in the game, so they're put onto the disc and then the rest of it was being tweaked. I don't know. But either way, this is actually quite a nice, fun addition to the collection, and I think it's a good way of getting into the game. I like the idea of this. These days you don't seem to see much about that because, of course, you're pre-ordering and you get all the tchotchkes, as they call them these days, and other bits of crap, basically. Have a model, have, in one case, wasn't it a packet of condoms? An Italian release had condoms as its pre-order bonus. Or if you pre-order now, you'll get a new costume to wear while you're playing the game. Nothing like this, where you get to play a bit of the game. That I prefer. That's a good pre-order bonus. Actually getting to play a bit of the game. Put that back into your things. You want a pre-order? Well, here's a download of the first opening bit. I'd go for that. Right, as you can probably tell from my voice, I'm not exactly 100%. I'm having a lot of trouble, so I'm going to go now. I just didn't want to miss another week, you know. because I want to keep up talking about the games that I love, and this was a nice way of talking about 13 without having to go into too much detail. I'm going to be back soon. I hope that I'll be back next week with the first of the proper episodes again, and I'll see you later. But for now, thanks very much, guys. Hope you understand why I've had to do something quite short, and I'll see you later. Today's video is brought to you by my graphic novels, The Collected Life of Naughty Mouse, Volume 1, All Over the House, Volume 1, and All Over the House, Volume 2. Thank you.